Good afternoon. Hello.
Goodbye.
Hello, thank you for joining us. I've got Carla Jenkins with me, the marvellous Carla Jenkins. You've never been introduced like that.
That was new and unexpected.
I've just made a...
Got a rash.
Nice.
Brought a rash to your house.
A particular type of rash, or just...
Something very contagious, I expect.
Nice. Lovely. Thanks for that. We're answering some questions. We thought we'd... Apparently, I can't explain what we're doing. We are answering some entertaining discussion questions. Hopefully entertaining. I think they're entertaining discussion questions, which will provoke some chat and entertainment, hopefully.
We have already recorded 5 for my channel, so if you haven't seen that video will appear at some point. And if you're thinking I've seen these two sitting there in those clothes before, that's why.
Yes. We don't get together that often, so when we do, we film a few videos and we'll be wearing the same clothes in all of them, unless we film something tomorrow, in which case we'll probably be wearing something different.
I might be wearing the same clothes again.
You could be.
Yeah. I won't. I've got other clothes.
Have you?
Yeah.
In fact, you've got this top in 4 colours, because we discussed that earlier. Will you be wearing a different colour tomorrow, or completely different?
I will be wearing a completely different top.
Oof,
Yeah.
you little devil. Anyway, we've got 5 questions to answer, and the first one is, if you had to live in a TV show for a month, which would it be and why?
Oh, you go first, I think.
I'm not sure I could do anything with people for a month. It might have to be a nature documentary. Spring watch, perhaps.
What are you going to be? I mean, are you going to be an animal?
I'm going to live in a barn with some lambs. Everything else would be very people-y. We've got some friends. Can you move into... You're not in the shot. Thank you. All right, not that close. God, yeah.
Oh, I can't please some people.
Oh, no. We've got some friends and they are going on holiday for 5.5 weeks, 2 weeks of a cruise and then 3 weeks of going around Canada with another couple. And I said, honestly, I don't think I could even spend 5.5 weeks on holiday with Ashley, and I'm married to him.
5.5 weeks in close company with the same people is a lot, isn't it? Tammy and I go for a fortnight's holiday, and at the end of 10 days, bear in mind we live in the same house, but we don't spend a lot of time together. Tammy is my housemate, and we don't spend a lot of time together. Whereas when we go on a holiday, you are together all the time. Yeah. And if we go for 14 days, emotions are running high by the end of 10 days.
Yeah.
But we are now close enough that we say to you, I have seen enough of your face. I'm going somewhere where it isn't. Yeah. And we go, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Living on a TV show for a month.
I couldn't do Big Brother or... I was going to say Love Island. I don't think that I'm their demographic.
They're not queuing up, are they?
Anything like that where you have to... No, no.
Have you got to be...
Old Biddy Island.
Do you think you've got to be one of the characters, or are you going to be an addition? So for example, if I said I was going to be in Friends for a month, am I an additional character, or am I one of the friends?
But you'll be in... Yeah. You'd be an additional character, but...
Yeah, I quite like being in Friends for a month, actually. Or Big Bang Theory.
I'm not sure you would. I think they'd all be really irritating. Can you imagine Joey after a month?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, nothing appeals to me that has people in it.
What about like Bridgerton, or something a bit more old time?
I quite like the outfits. Yeah.
Although they look very corsety sometimes.
Downton Abbey. I could yeah, I could live in Downton Abbey.
Again, it depends whether you're upstairs or downstairs. Though,
well, obviously only upstairs. Yeah. Yeah.
Imagine being in the servants' quarters.
I'd be like, I could be Lady Mary or someone like that. And lovely dinners and dressing up. You see, it'd be like being on a cruise for 5 weeks, because you dress up for dinner and people serve you lovely food, and you live in this massive great house. So if anybody annoys you, you can just go somewhere. But you wouldn't actually have to see the rest of them for the entire month, would you? Yeah,
I think that's that. I think you've nailed it there. Yeah. I think I'd quite like being in Friends or Big Bang Theory, though. I do.
I think it would be quite entertaining, but I don't think I could do it for a month. A couple of days here and there, maybe.
Yeah.
But I feel like we're taking this far too seriously.
Limited chance of this actually coming off, isn't there, really?
Indeed. Next question. Do you want to read it?
What would be the absolute worst name you could give to a child? I do think it's very important that you look at initials when you name your children. So you shouldn't name your child, I don't know, Annabelle, Rachel, Sarah, Egmonton, for example. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do it, because initials are important. And you should also be very careful about what it might rhyme with. So for example, Tammy struggled at school because they called her Tammy Tampon. You know, she did not enjoy that. You wouldn't, I don't know, I think there's a lot of things you have to be very careful. But more to the point, I don't think it should be too long and complicated. It's very unlikely that this lady watches my videos, because she's someone I know in real life, and she has named her son Maximilian. And I think that would be fine if you then called him Max.
Yeah.
But she does not allow him to be shortened. He is Maximilian at all times.
And how does he feel about
I don't know.
How old is he?
About 6 maybe,
Oh, right.
6 or 7.
I bet he's Max by the time he's 14.
I bet he goes to school and tells people my name's Max. Yeah. So I think ordinary names are best. I think and certainly not moon unit.
Side note, you always also have to consider the surname. So for example, if Max was his surname, you wouldn't want to call him Pepsi.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's
it's kind of looking at your can of Pepsi, man.
Yeah, I think it's really important to look at initials and make sure you haven't named anything that can be, you know, and anything that rhymes is a dodgy one. Yeah.
Coming up with specific names, there's somebody is going to be offended by that, aren't they? You know, but I don't like what I call little girly names that are diminutives.
Posy. No?
Yeah, that sort of thing. But things that are a diminutive that can't be, you know, like calling someone Tilly rather than Matilda, because I think being called Tilly when you're a barrister when you're 50 doesn't sound right. I think it's lovely for a little girl, really pretty.
Yeah, I think you need to give them a name they can grow into.
Yes, or Millie as well. That's another one.
And there's a lot of, you know, like Katie Price's daughter is called Princess. And I feel like
Don't even start,
yeah.
mate. And the son's called Junior. That's going to be nice when he's 80, isn't it?
Yeah.
And there's one called Bunny.
I mean, it was Bob Geldof's fault. He started, didn't he? Bob Geldof and Paulie Yates.
Fifi Trixie Belle.
And
And anyone who looks less like a Fifi Trixie Belle now cannot be comprehended.
Yeah, I think you should give your child a fairly sensible name.
Yes, I think you have to think about when as I say, when you look at a little baby or a little toddler, lovely, nice nose, but they've got to have that name for the whole rest of their life.
Yeah,
so.
Frank Zappa called his child Moon Unit, didn't he? And that child changed his name as soon as he could.
Yeah.
And
David Bowie, Zoe
and what's
Bowie.
What's his name called their kid? Epsilon or something, didn't they? And it's written. Elon Musk called his child by something that you can't say.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, and I think there should be rules about what you can and can't do. Well, I think there are in a lot of countries.
Yeah.
It's very, very serious.
Yeah, it has,
the absolute worst name you could give a child would be Pooh Bum Candy Floss. There you go. I've answered the question. Imagine enrolling your child at school and its name was Pooh Bum Candy Floss. Presuming that Candy Floss is your surname. Is anybody called Candy Floss as a name?
No. Candy, yes, Candy's in there. It's more American than British, I think, isn't it, Candy? But
yeah, Pooh Bum Candy Floss is pretty bad, I think.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be called that.
Yeah.
Should we move on? If you could merge 2 animals to create the ultimate animal, what 2 would you choose? And what would it be like? It would depend what your version of an ultimate animal would be, wouldn't it?
No, do you want the ultimate fighting animal? Because if I was going to make the ultimate fighting animal,
the ultimate cute animal.
It'd be a lion and a shark, which would make a lark. Hang on, we have larks already. Or Cheyennes. No, that's not right. Yeah.
Yeah, Cheyenne.
Cheyenne.
And that would indicate the shark would be the front part of it.
It would have to be, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Because you're...
The biting bit is the bit you want of the shark.
Yeah, exactly. The tail's not that worrying, is it?
No. What about if you want a cute animal? Ron could be half of it.
Which end of Ron is cutest?
Arguably neither. These days.
If I wanted to make the cutest animal, I think possibly...
We might be back to raccoons.
No, I think rabbits. Rabbits are cute.
Oh, rabbits are nice,
Baby bunnies are so cute. And I was going to say a rabbit and a chinchilla, but then if you had the front end of a rabbit and the back end of a chinchilla, it wouldn't look much different to a rabbit, would it? No. So what has a really cute back end then?
A llama. No. Nothing has a cute
rabbit at the
back
front
end.
and llama at the back is a very odd combo, isn't it?
It would have to be a giant fighting rabbit.
Yeah, I don't know. The ultimate animal. The ultimate animal is going to be something that produces food, like a cow does, for example. You know, produces.
Yeah.
I don't mean becomes food. I'm not making it so I can murder
Like
it.
you can milk
but you can
it.
get milk from a cow. However, you're gonna want it to be a defensive animal in case you are attacked. You're gonna want it to produce some kind of milk or whatever, so that it's useful. It's not gonna have to produce too much methane because apparently the cows are the whole problem.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm gonna want it to be able to swim and run.
I think you need a mixture of 4 different animals then.
So how about a rabbit's head on a lion's body with a shark's tail and frog front legs?
Well, you still can't milk that.
Maybe you can. You don't know.
I would like to try.
At least you've got the shark's tail, not the shark's teeth.
Yeah.
And what are you merging then? Your 2 animals. What do you think? The ultimate animal.
I'm going big. Dinosaur.
With what?
Slightly
Chinchilla.
smaller dinosaur. Chihuahua.
See, that's what you get when if you get a Chihuahua or a Jack Russell, you get Bella, and that's quite fierce. So yeah, my dog. Well,
Yeah.
Anthony's dog, to be precise.
Yeah. I can't take that question seriously.
What would a world populated by clones of you be like?
Really annoying.
A world with clones of me would be unbearable. I would find myself unbearable really quickly.
Absolutely, me too, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I know all my worst
Also,
bits, and
a
I
world
would see them.
populated by clones of me would be really bloody quiet after about 8:30 at night because they'd all be in bed.
Yeah, bedtime. Yeah,
Yeah. Would they all be the same age as I am now?
I presume so. A clone of you is a clone of you, isn't it?
Oh right, so they wouldn't like be different versions of me.
I don't think so.
No.
That might be quite fun. If it was a world populated by different versions of yourself, and you kind of wandered down the shops and 3-year-old you came the other way, presumably holding the hand of 32-year-old you, because 3-year-old you's not out on your own.
Yeah, that would be interesting,
Yeah.
wouldn't it? Being able to meet your former self.
I presume
That's
I was
a bit
a
like a TV series that Ashley and I are watching at the moment that moots the idea that every single time you make a decision, there's a name for this, isn't there? Every single time you make a decision about anything, you
It creates a parallel universe.
creates parallel
Yeah.
universe, and there's countless, infinite numbers of this guy. It's called Dark Matter if you want to watch it. It's very complicated. I only understand it because I've recently read the book. Ashley's like, what the fuck's going on here?
But yeah, I think a world where everybody had my same bad habits, my same weaknesses. I think I'd very quickly.
Strengths.
I think I'd be very quickly annoyed with all of those me's. Yeah. Imagine a world where everybody.
Also,
Oh.
there'd be no one who could mend anything because I'm shite at mending
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
And everybody would be a good driver, though. There'd be no idiots on the road because I'm not a bad driver.
There would be nobody watching YouTube channels they didn't enjoy.
No, that's true. Good point, well presented. Right. Final question is, if you could instantly become an expert in something, what would it be and how would you use your new skills?
I suppose the humorous answer is going to be like an expert in, I don't know.
No.
Crazy sex. What counts as crazy these days then?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know, what could you be now? I'd like to be a tech expert. If I could instantly become an expert in anything, it would be technology. I would love to know what is wrong with the damn thing. Whatever the damn thing is, whatever, you know, at any time.
Yeah.
When it's not doing, I'd love to know why. I'd love to be an instant tech expert. I don't think that's particularly entertaining.
No, it's not. But it would be useful, being good at something you're not good at.
It would be nice to be an expert in human behaviour and psychology, and to immediately know what was going on with everybody and be able to... If you're the expert, presumably you can then help people. No point being an expert if you can't help.
Yeah,
So.
understanding the motivation behind certain behaviours.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be good. Also, I thought of something popped into my head then and popped out again. God, that's an age thing, isn't it? Hate that. I'd be an expert in never forgetting what I've gone into a room for.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Or my own name sometimes.
Yeah.
An expert at knowing my own name, that would be great.
Yeah.
I'm all right with my own name unless somebody asks me it unexpectedly.
Oh, right.
You know, like you're on the phone and they say full name and I'm like, I don't know. I didn't study for the, I'm not ready. I don't know. I have got one. I've got a full name. And then I say, my name's Carla Jenkins, and they say middle name and I'm like, I haven't got one. And because I've stammered and paused, you can hear that they don't believe me. But I haven't got one. I haven't. But it just takes me a while, yeah. But yeah, I'd like to be a tech expert. I'd like to be able to mend things and know which plug goes where. And, you know, get things out the box and go, oh, you just put this here and there you go, off you go. And that's sorted. Yeah, all sorts of stuff like that, yeah.
Yes. Yes, not...
Or animal behaviourist, that would be nice. An expert in animals. You know, like I was saying earlier on about knowing when animals in pain or not?
Yes.
Wouldn't it be lovely to know, without a question in your mind, to absolutely know, and then be able to therefore do the right thing without wondering?
Yeah.
I'd like to be able to talk to animals. I think that's more of a superpower than an expert thing.
Yes, to know what they're feeling and thinking. Yeah, that would be interesting.
But when I say to Molly, why are you lifting that leg up for like that? For her to be able to say, I've got a thorn in it, idiot. And, oh, right, I'll deal with that for you, you know?
Yes.
Yeah. Or just going, oh, I've got a bit of cramp, I'm fine. You know? Whatever it is.
Yeah, that would be nice to be an expert in something like that. I'd like to be an expert in baking.
You are not an expert in baking. You are whatever the opposite. Oh God, you're so bad at craft. The worst of Caroline being bad at craft is that because she doesn't see why she should, you can say to her, we're going to make this thing. Now, I'm not great at crafting, but I enjoy having a go. I say to Caroline, we're going to make this thing, and her immediate response is, why? You can buy one of those. And I'm like, because you're going to have fun making the thing. And then she's like, looks at me like, we're not going to have any fun making the thing.
We once did an aborted video, didn't we? And
it never made it. It never made it to YouTube. I think I lost the footage, to be fair, and I think it's just as well.
What were we making? Something out of a sock?
The footage got corrupted, didn't it?
Something out of a sock.
The file got corrupted.
She made me make some...
It was a sock snowman, I think.
Out of a sock,
I think it was a sock snowman, and it was the simplest
rubbish.
thing. It was the simplest thing in the world. And you were terrible at it. And you never got to see it because the file got corrupted.
It was probably for the best.
Probably. How come your writing on your phone is pink? Can I show the people?
It was because it... Yes.
This is your actual husband, it's not some secret man you see.
Yeah.
Look, Caroline's writing on her phone is pink. How do you do that? That's the kind of thing I'd like to know.
It's not so much how you do it, it's how you undo it.
Oh, I see. So you've done it and you can't change it.
What happened was, in lockdown, I saw someone, I think it's gone now off my front page, yeah. I've still got this bit, you see, at the top here, which is pink with the date. And then I've got pink icons down at the bottom. And then all of my icons on my front page were pink. And I made them pink, and it was a very complicated process that I learned off a YouTube video to make everything the same shade of pink and make the icons, and it took me about 3 days. I learned off, I think it was Katie Ellison who did a tutorial on her channel, and then I'd done it, and this was in lockdown, so it was 2020. We did some odd stuff in lockdown, didn't we? The world all went a bit mad.
We all went a bit odd.
I just can't undo it. I don't know how to undo. She never did a tutorial on how to change it back. So
I don't think Katie Ellison watches your channel, but if she does, if you could let Caroline know how to remove this thing.
I managed to get the central icons back, but I can't do the ones at the bottom, and I can't get rid of that.
Maybe you should message her.
And I've had 3 phones since then, and it just feels undoable.
See, if I was a tech expert, I'd go, oh, you're just too blah, blah, blah. And even if you restore factory settings, I don't know if you've had a new phone, why has it come across?
Because you sent, otherwise you have to put all your numbers in.
Yeah, but why has your setting come across is what I mean. Why? Yeah.
I don't know. How to restore your iPhone to factory settings
without losing everything else. Yeah, God knows. God alone knows.
Yeah.
This has been fun.
Yes, we ought to wind it up. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you found that vaguely entertaining or something. I did.
Chaos as usual.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye-bye.